Top of the morning, Dan Proft here. Let's talk applicable AI. What is in the offing in 2026 or the near term? We've talked a lot about AI in terms of thinking about markets and investments and economic development, the data centers, the energy needs. We've talked about some of the early stage robots that could be part of households of the future. Neo versus Optimus versus Atlas. But let's talk about like applicable AI. What is here? What did William Gibson say? The future is here, but it's unevenly distributed. Well, what's more evenly distributed, accessible to Sally housecoats and Johnny punch clocks around the country in Chicagoland? To help us with that, please be joined by Rob Kole. He's the president and CEO of Kole Digital. That's Kole with a K, Kole digital.com. Rob, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me.
So you attended the Consumer Electronics Show, yes?
Yes, in Vegas, yeah.
All right. And how'd you do at the tables?
I actually don't spend much money on gambling there.
All right. So there you go. That's the kind of a good judgment that we like. That was a credentializer right there. That was a trick question. So like, this is your business. What is something that you're talking about with clients in terms of as I said, the applicable AI for your life in 2026?
The smart living is what it's all about now. It's leveraging AI in all the different walks, everything from software to B2B, manufacturing, security. We use it for our industry called smart living, but it's in audio, video, and lighting and all kinds of stuff like that too.
So yeah, right. Your focus is home automation, right? That's
Exactly.
yeah. And so I mean, give us an example. I buy a new condo or a new home in the suburbs somewhere, and I want to, update the flat screens and the lighting system and the audio system and so on and so forth. I mean, how does the sort of AI or AI powered systems work?
Well, years ago, when Bill Gates was building his big house, he was telling people that when people would enter the house, they would put a bracelet on, and then with that technology, he would know how many people and who was in every room of the house, so everything can adjust itself. Nowadays, because everybody has a cell phone in their pocket, we're using technology, it's called beacons, which are little devices that plug into outlets, and UWB, it's called ultra-wideband technology, so we can detect everybody that's in each room of the house. And by knowing that information, we can adjust the temperature in the room, the humidity, play music at the level and the style of music that people want. We can adjust even change the lighting in the room, and then also the art on the walls would actually change according to the people that are in each room.
And so what else can you automate? I mean, I mentioned some of these robots that are already being marketed now, like Neo, which is still remote operated, but it's marketed 25 grand, I think, 20 grand maybe, for doing household chores and things like that. Are there other things short of that, having a humanoid member of the family around that can be automated and, at a lower price point?
Well, this year there was at CES, for instance, there was a lot of robots and different things that are now using AI to learn about the surroundings. An example was a Roomba-like vacuum that climbed the stairs. Another one that used LiDAR detection it was a robotic lawnmower, so it uses lasers to detect its surroundings. A company called Sweetgar. It's a Tamagotchi-like pet that when you buy it, it starts off as an egg and then it hatches. And it's a cute little toy that has big eyes. And first couple of weeks, it's a baby. Then next several weeks, it's a toddler and a teenager. And it starts growing, but it's also learning about its surroundings. So it's listening to the people that are talking around it, and it's actually picking up information that way. They had all kinds of stuff like.
So you're actually going to raise a humanoid from the gestational stage to adult?
That's going to be your pet. It's going to be an AI pet instead of a real pet. Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's that. I mean, when you're talking to, I just wonder like what the penetration level is in the marketplace. Like when you're talking to clients or prospective clients, what are they really interested in? Are people like really zeroed in on this and focused on tip of the spear technological advancements, even things that are unproven, in terms of functional use at this point?
Well, technology is moving so fast that even things that came out 5 years ago that we have in our showroom, people have not even seen. So people walk in our showroom and they always end up telling us because everybody that comes in gets a 10-15 minute tour of the space. There's a lot of stuff to look at. We have two-story houses in the showroom, 5 themed theaters, 30 rooms of audio, video technology, and design ideas. And so people always say, you know what, I had no idea this technology existed. Just something as simple as our lighting control. We replace all the light switches in a typical house with our smart switches. And each button on the smart switches is backlit text. The text changes its color. We have 256 colors for each button. So the buttons are custom engraved just for that house. So the system has an astronomical clock. It knows when sunrise and sunset are for every day of the year for the next 100 years for that subdivision. So the coach lamps are on autopilot for life, the landscape lights, the Christmas lights, even all the motorized shades throughout the house. So when you ask about other things that we're automating ceiling fans, floor lamps, the Christmas tree when it's plugged into the outlet in the corner, the outlet in the mantle above the fireplace, that outlet's in autopilot for life. So all that stuff is, but now we're doing what we're doing to push the design edges now, and a lot of in lighting. So we're doing lighting that, for instance, changes its hues from the day from daytime to nighttime. So during the day, it's more like sunlight. It has more bluish, whitish hues, and then at nighttime, it turns to a softer, orangey, yellowy glow. And that happens in every light can, in every light fixture, and every lamp throughout the house. And then we're also using a lot of cold lighting, like what we call RGB, red, green, and blue color changing light. But nowadays, even our strip lighting is now incorporates amber and ultraviolet LEDs, so that all of the coves throughout the house, and when I talk about coves, you're talking about like around the ceiling, very indirect light, puck lights inside the cabinets, and this is all stuff that's available right now. Even our light cans, your typical light can is a 6-inch can and that you might see in a house on the first floor of the basement. We don't use any of those. We're using cans that are 2 and 3-inch, and they're mudded right into the ceiling. There's no bezels. So it's a really cutting edge technology. And when people walk in our showroom, they say, I have never seen this. I didn't know this existed. And that's really kind of why we built our design center.
Right. So it's like optionality. Everything's smart. Everything's remote controllable, as it were. And then you have the optionality on things like colors and lighting, brightness and so forth. And then also, everything is smaller and less obtrusive, right? So you're burying, speakers for an audio system, and just like you're talking about the lightings not being the 6-inch cans anymore, and so on and so forth. Everything's just getting smaller, less obtrusive, smarter, and more optionality.
Absolutely. It used to be that years ago, we would install a system in a house, and we would have a $3,000 touchscreen. And we had ones that motorized out of the wall and things like that. Nowadays, it's an app on your phone or your iPad, and you're controlling every aspect of the home, and everything's integrated. And so, like, for instance, we're leveraging AI technology. You hear brands like Crestron, Josh AI, Lutron, Vantage, Control 4. Outside of our industry, most people haven't heard of those brands, but those are the companies that are at the forefront of the technology that we're talking about. For instance, there's a company called IC Realtime. We sell a lot of these surveillance cameras that we install around the perimeter of the house, and these cameras are really smart nowadays. we'll have a camera on each side of a smart camera, and those are called our spotter cameras. And they detect somebody walking across the property, and they go, "Hey, Joe, the center camera, take a look over here." And so that middle camera is called a PTZ camera. That's a pan, tilt, zoom. So that camera automatically can pan left and right, tilt up and down, and zoom in and out. And it locks onto the person that is on the property, and it follows that person throughout your property, and it's recording all of their movement. Now, these cameras now have AI to do facial recognition. For instance, it knows that that's your daughter getting out of her car, and so it doesn't do anything. But if it senses somebody that is not seen before, then it gives you a notification that can show up as a text on your phone with a picture of the person, things like that.
And this, I assume this is all modular too. If somebody said, Rob, I want to do something with security cameras at my house, but I'm not, it's the smart appliances and the lighting and all that stuff. I'm not interested in that. Then it's all modular depending on what you want in terms of upgrading these different systems in your house.
Absolutely. It's all custom. So, for instance, one person may want 4 cameras around their house. Another person may want 18 cameras. People come into our showroom and see things like smart fridges. For instance, GE has their smarter fridge now that has cameras inside the crisper so that you can actually see what vegetables you have when you're shopping at the store. It scans all of the food inside your fridge. So these are certainly cutting-edge technologies, but it's meant to enhance the life. It's not technology for technology's sake.
He is Rob Kole. He's the president and CEO of Kole Digital. That's Kole with a K. KoleDigital.com for more information on all these technologically enhanced household automation systems. Rob, thanks so much for joining us. Very interesting. Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
John was an active man. He'd go for runs, walk the golf course, and always take the stairs instead of the elevator. But then bone-on-bone knee pain got in the way. Ow! And affected his mobility. It became too painful to even go for walks. And when it seemed like John's only option was knee replacement surgery, a friend told him about the Joint Relief Institute and their affordable, non-surgical knee pain relief. John met with the Joint Relief Institute and discovered their lubricating gel treatment could rejuvenate his lost cartilage. Safe, effective, no